Hi guys. So in recent years, pickup trucks have grown increasingly more powerful, better equipped, more refined, more comfortable, right? They are almost like passenger cars in terms of their usability as well as their features. But all these improvements have also served to make them more expensive, all right? To get a pickup truck with that kind of specification, you require about maybe 120k, 130k, or you can go for this. This is the Weststar Maxus T60, and the on-the-road price for one of these is just 99,000 ringgit. Now, to be sure, the likes of the Ranger, the Hilux, the Navara, they all also have variants priced below 100,000 ringgit. The difference that the T60 gives you here is that at 99,000 ringgit, you're getting a lot of kit. Okay, let's start with the headlights. You get daytime running lights, you get LED headlamps. Not only that, you get active high beam assist, all right, auto high beam. You get 19-inch alloy wheels, this is special only for the first batch of cars. I've been told that later batches will come with 17-inch wheels. Of course, these wheels certainly they make the truck look good. Okay, I think these wheels make the truck look good. The only problem is there's an impact to the ride quality of it, and I think that going ultimately the later batches with the 17-inch wheels, they probably make more sense, better comfort, better utility. But if you want a bit more of a garang look, garang proportions for your truck, the 19s certainly have that effect. Okay, you have side mirror mounted indicators. You've got keyless entry. All right, later on we'll check whether the passenger side has the button as well. And over here at the back, okay, very and a rather handsomely designed pickup truck, I would say. Look at the side, look at the wheel arches. The wheel arches are flared, and it even has this flare of a design of a proper design line as well. So we are not talking about a simpleton pickup truck here. This is a pickup truck that really is designed to compete, all right, to compete with the best in class. This is no longer this is not merely a budget pickup trying to sell on price. This is a pickup truck that is trying to sell also on merit. Okay, so look at the design of the rear bumper. I mean, check this out. Check this gap here out. I think looking at this, I wouldn't be surprised if this is look. You see, look at the what do you call it? The molding here, right? The pattern here, right? This could be, well, I think you can step on this. You legitimately can step on this. Okay, but I think I would rather have Bing or Rachel to try this out lah. I scared I may break that if I stand on it. Okay, so you got reverse camera. All right, very neat design, and this color is beautiful too. Okay, actually my wife thought this color looks good, so it's not often that she comments on my test cars, but yeah, for this one she saw fit to comment on the color. This rear bar also has this curved design, and I have to say the welding here looks pretty neat. All right, yeah. So that's nice. And yeah, so you can see the keyless entry has a passenger side button as well. It also has a blind spot warning. Let me just show you. Here's the blind spot warning warning light. Right. Got roof rails up there, side steps as well. So from the outside, I have to say this is a decent looking truck. It's not a cheap looking truck at all. You park this next to a Ranger, a Navara, a Hilux, you won't feel totally embarrassed by it. Of course, you see the front end, there's a bit of a derivative design. I can see hints of the last generation BMW X5 here, to be frank. And don't be surprised, you know, a few months, few years, or a year or two down the road at most, there'll be people making you know, BMW X5 grills for people to install in this. Count on that, okay? But overall, I think this truck really starts off on a, it's a, yes, value for money is a strong element of its proposition, but this is not just a pickup truck that is selling for cheap. Okay, let's look closely at the front end design again. Look at this design line here. Okay, it runs around here as well. So this kind of surface stamping, okay, it's not done when people want to sell things for cheap. It's done to give a design a touch of flair, and this kind of, you know, lines here, it all adds cost to the product. So you see here, even the headlight unit, looking inside the headlight unit, there are design features in there as well that all add together to give this truck a slightly more premium look to it. So the tailgate here does not have the one-touch release feature, and it's heavy. This thing is heavy, so not easy to raise and lower with one hand. I certainly won't be able to raise it with one hand later on. Okay, nicely lined. Okay, this is detachable for you to remove it, to wash. All right, you can remove this to clean up. You've got the hooks there as well for you to hook nets lah or whatever. Okay, right, got this here. No rear power socket like the Ford Ranger, but that's not a common feature in this class. All I can say is that this cargo bed here also looks decent. This part of it, nothing special here, decent, it just looks decent. So let's check out the rear section of the cabin, and I have to say this looks very spacious. But before that, we'll check out the door card. And yeah, so you see here the door card, it has this nice touch of flair with this trim pattern here, gloss black, and with this door opener here. Got leather surface here as well. Okay, this is hard plastic, entirely acceptable. Good length on the door bin too, so you can drop a water bottle here and you can like patch up your documents here. Okay, you can see here inside, legroom looks promising. I'll check this out later. Here, isofix mounts very close to the surface, easy to see. The middle row passenger, all right, has a 3-point belt with a secondary buckle. The rear seat whole bench can be folded down if you so prefer. Inside here, it's got a hidden space here for you to stow away some objects. All right, you've got armrests here as well with built-in cup holders. That's nice. So let's step inside. All right, so I'm 170 centimeters tall. Fantastic headroom, legroom is great. Okay, the lean angle is not too bad. So this is a sitting position that I can conceivably see myself doing a long distance journey in. It's not too upright. All right, and overall I think the accommodation feels quite spacious here. Okay, the leather feels nice, and I've got rear aircon vents there, got a 12-volt socket there, and also there's a hidden compartment inside here, hidden pocket here, whereby you can, there's this thing here, I presume is to hook the seat back if you bring it down, but also you can slit pieces of paper, whatever you fancy lah inside here. Okay, so the overall the rear section of the cabin, this is another strong point of the truck. Very spacious here, and also the seat is pretty comfortable. Okay, so let's head to the front. So we'll check out the front. Okay, and see the door card. So once again, this same trim pattern here, very nice touch of flare, side mirror adjustment, power window switches, and remote release for the fuel lid, electric release, not bad. Okay, the door card has a very good pocket here. Okay, and inside here, it's not carpeted, but it's fine, and it's partitioned here for you to accommodate a large bottle. Over here, that's the engine start-stop button. Got an instrument cluster dimmer, and here is a little drawer which you can use, I presume, to store your smart tag away. Okay, that's the bonnet release. This is a cup holder here. All right, very simple, but the mechanism feels rather hardy. Yeah, I'll just close this. So here is the steering wheel, and you got cruise control buttons here. This is the audio control button. This button here is for you to cycle through the trip computer display. A rather simple trip computer with tire pressure monitoring, trip meters, fuel economy readings, fuel range, average speed calculation, digital speedometer. Okay, the instrument cluster is pure analog. Okay, but if you off the engine, it darkens. So when you start the engine, it lightens up. So this is an Optitron meter, but I could have been fooled at a glance actually, because the illumination of this this looks like what was printed on the cluster rather than it's backlit to create that effect. So it's very nice. Okay, I like the design. Okay, even though this is a rather simple, in a way rather rudimentary instrument cluster, but they designed the appearance nice enough for it to be appealing. So up here, there's a tray here for you. It's rubberized, but this piece of course is removable if you want to wash it, want to clean it. So maybe this slot here, maybe you can put like a pen or whatever there. Okay, so down here, the first and perhaps only sign of less than satisfactory quality. Okay, glove box. The opening is rather small, but it's all right. That's all right. So here the aircon vents. This reminds me much of the Navara. This is the center touch screen. Okay, from the looks of it, right, this looks like a sort of like an aftermarket installed Android unit, but you'll be surprised. Okay, because one of the functions here is this. And the reflection is not great, but you'll be surprised that this thing actually is able to access some access to the vehicle's trip computer. So even has service reminders. Okay, pardon the reflection, but yeah, it has service reminders, all the important things: engine oil filter, pollen filter, air filter, fuel filter. All these are noted here, but take note that it is not condition based, it's mileage based. So you can see here suggested service mileage. So basically it will just follow when you reach 15,000 kilometers, pop, it will warn you, hey, time to service your car. All right, and yeah, so you can see here you can access all the suggested service intervals at 15,000 kilometer intervals. What are the things you need to change, what are the things you need to change. Okay, so from here the interface is rather good. Okay, crisp. And this one here, the FM radio. So this thing, I feel it's a bit difficult to tune on the move. Okay, so let's say you want to tune to 89.9 FM, so just scroll this down, all right, to the counter, and pop, that's it. Okay, so in a way smart, all right, easy to use it's intuitive, but rather tricky to use on the move. Okay, the volume adjustment is button operated. This will take some getting used to. Okay, you scroll down, you come down here. This is the climate control, single zone climate control. You've got drive mode selection. Okay, power and economy. this is traction control off, hill descent control. This is for the front adaptive front lighting. Now here there is an ashtray, all right, a removable ashtray. Okay, so okay, now what is this? So the thing is, this lid, okay, is there to cover this part, okay, which I think it's not meant for you to put things in there, all right, and yeah, it's just meant to be covered, so you can drop your cigarette butt here. No, I wouldn't recommend that you smoke in the car, but well, this car is provided for it. You got two USB ports, one for connecting, one for charging, and you've got this rubberized tray, and it has what? It has wireless charging. Does it have wireless charging? Never mind that. And so here's the gear shift lever. Now, something I don't quite find logical with the gear shift. So the button is here, all right, and that means, and the thing is that this is a T-shaped lever. So typically you would grip the selector like this, and you would expect to press the lock button this way, but in actual fact you press it with your middle finger like this. Rather unintuitive in my opinion. All right, here you have a rotary dial for the well, 2H, 4H and 4L selection. Nice useful slots here to drop in your touch and go card or your parking card. This is the cup holder, molded cup holder, rubberized surface. All right, and here a rather simple center console box with a slot here, and also inside here it goes slightly deeper all the way here. All right, goes slightly deeper for you to stow away your items. Overall, I would say the build quality of this cabin is rather good. Okay, it feels solid. Nothing here looks loose. The overall fit and finish is great, and yes, there are hard plastics here and there, but it's basically, this cabin is entirely in keeping with segment norms of maybe at most 5 years ago maximum. Okay, it's not far off from present day standards, if I'm to be frank. And the overall ergonomics is there are a couple of very minor quirks, but the overall clarity of the controls, no complaints. Okay, seating position, no complaints. Okay, one small complaint: there is no footrest here for this automatic model, so that's one source of slight discomfort. Okay, but I think this is for, in the context of a pickup truck, an entirely pleasant environment to be in. I think even if the other mainstream boys, you talk about your Rangers, your Tritons, they may claim to have a better cabin, but they really struggle to tell people that, you know, theirs is so much better than the T60 here, because they are not. Okay, this may not be a segment benchmark cabin, but believe me, I don't think it's far off. So check out the reverse camera here. All right, once again, the visibility of the camera is partly hindered by the reflections on the screen, and also the resolution is nothing to shout about. Not one of the best cameras in the market, but it serves its purpose. As I always say, reverse camera, it's good that it's even there, and as long as you can see kids or animals running behind your car, it's more than good enough for me.
Thank God that the brothers on the rise now. Endless celebrations all in my house. Levitating now, I'm super duper fly now. London boy, but DC where I reside now. Put the time in while you always yelling time out. And if quit it, cause I know I'm coming with it. You were sitting, you were wishing I was handling my business. Now I got the ball like Harry Potter playing Quidditch. And my business is humongous, you would think that happens in there. Damn man, I'm all that, yeah, I'm all that. Looking for that whip, yeah, that what you call that. I'ma blow up in the summer, have them yelling fall back. And I've always been ahead like an effing ball cap. Man, I came in the game like, whoa.
Okay, so now I am driving on the LDP, all right, and I'm just bringing the speed up to about 100 kilometers per hour. This engine, to be honest, it doesn't break any new segment standards, but I think it feels pretty usable. There's a healthy dose of mid-range torque on offer, all right, and the acceleration, the turbo lag, is pretty well mitigated. So right now this Camry in front clears my way. I step on it, but transmission's responsive, shifts down quickly and crisply enough, okay, and I'm immediately in the torque band. Handling around that bend was rather good, surprisingly good, I would say. Not to the standards of the Triton, but I mean better than I would expect, than what most pickup trucks or truck buyers would anticipate. It's not bad at all. The engine really is there's a good dose of torque, and the refinement, all right, it's a smooth revving unit as well. So I wouldn't consider this engine to be anyway short of pace, and more critically, I think it holds up well against the competition. But it's just that what it offers here from 2.8 liters in terms of performance and refinement, most rivals now, most of the more established players do it with 2.5, and that means half the road tax. Stability at speed is decent for a pickup truck. It doesn't have the hunkered down feeling of a Triton, but once again, more than stable enough for the needs of most pickup truck drivers. I would say thus far, on all the driving metrics that I would care to consider, the Maxus T60 here has quite easily exceeded my expectations of it. So now here at the Sunway South Key area, this brick pavement surface. Well, the ride is typically stiff like a pickup truck, but the cabin is totally free of rattles. And what's more, the sensation that I get is that the chassis has the prerequisite stiffness, you know, to not buckle under the stress. Okay, so now I'm approaching the famed LDP flyover at 60 kilometers per hour, going on the upstretch. All right, and I'm deliberately using only very gentle throttle going up. And in the engine, it's not giving any indications that it's struggling. It's just pulling the car gamely along, you know, in a very unfussed manner. So now we're coming downhill. I'm approaching the sweeping bend. Let's see how this takes the bend. Brake, 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 turn. Not as assuring as a Triton, but surprisingly good. Surprisingly good. This truck really is a bag of surprises. Coming up to a speed bump, I'm not slowing down. The suspension absolutely took the pounding without a flinch. Okay, let me show you again. Not stopping. The car feels absolutely rock solid through that. Again, pow! Okay, so now I'm overtaking, and in this situation, the acceleration, the response, even though not neck snapping, but it was immediate. All right, as immediately as I stepped on the accelerator, the car began accelerating. Charge! Oh my god! Oh. Okay, so I have to say, right, my overall impressions of this truck here is a positive one. Okay, and even though, as much as I still favor the Triton as my benchmark truck in the segment, the fact is that even though the T60 is still a few steps behind the mainstream, the established players, you know, the Hilux lah, the Triton lah, the Ranger lah, but I don't feel it's far off. In fact, my whole time with this car, the only real complaint that I have is that the ride is slightly busy, even in the context of a pickup truck. All right. Now, the reason why I suspect it's simply because this first batch of trucks come with the 19-inch wheels that inevitably will compromise your ride quality. But you see, despite that, beneath that stiffness, there is an overwhelming sensation that this chassis, the frame of this truck, is more than tough as nails, and you won't have any hesitation of submitting this thing, of subjecting this through severe abuse. Okay, I will drive this gladly over the roughest kind of terrain without any mercy. Okay, and have absolute confidence that it would pull through without a scratch. Okay, that's a bit of an exaggeration without a scratch, but you know, I am confident that I can take this truck through the worst of conditions and still be able to return it to Weststar in one piece, in one working piece. And put it this way, the T60 here may not be a segment leader in most counts, but the thing is this: it's not far off from the rest. Okay, and certainly you can't call this truck 30,000 less of a good truck than a Ranger or a Triton. Or a Hilux. Okay, so in terms of sheer value for money, it's I can't find any argument against the T60 here. And don't forget, if you are shopping for a pickup truck, all right, there is a higher proportion of likelihood that you are buying this for company use, for commercial use, for work use. Okay, and when you're talking about buying a workhorse, you can't escape from the dollars and cents, from the ringgit and cent being a key motivator in your purchasing decision. The simple question is are the likes of the Triton, the Ranger, the Hilux, the Navara better trucks? They presumably are, but are they 20,000 ringgit better than this? Are they 30,000 ringgit better than this? I'm not so sure. That concludes my thoughts on the Maxus T60 pickup truck. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you find the content of this video or any of our other videos useful, do me a favor, give us a like, give us a and hit the subscribe button. Go check out the channels of my other aurizn team members, Bobby, Bing, Nas, Fadil, HP, the whole gang of them, Chris V, all of them listed in the description section below. Go check out their channels. Okay, give them likes, give them subscribe to their videos. Okay, and yeah, and also do join us at Evo Club, whereby we are building a whole ecosystem for you guys to serve as your one-stop companion of your car ownership. Okay, think about it. Our reviews, all right, are there to help you guys make your purchasing decision to buy the car that best fits your needs within your budget. Okay, and if you are buying a used car, we have a network of inspection centers to give the cars a thorough look through to decide for you whether the car is worth buying or not, and if it is, how much you need to spend to fix it. Okay, if you're looking for a trustworthy place to service and maintain your cars, go check out our panel of trusted workshops. Okay, if your insurance is expiring, renew with us. Evo Club Insurance powered by Pro Mileage, save 40%. If your warranty is coming to an end, come to us, extend your warranty with Evo Club Extended Warranty for an added year peace of mind car ownership. Okay, so these are all the things that we try to bring to you guys as we accompany you on your journey of car ownership. And yeah, and we hope all these are useful to you guys. And yeah, so tolong lah, tekan the subscribe button lah at the end of the day. Okay, thank you guys. Cheers.